Hi there, and welcome back to the Bloom and to Torment Tides of Numenera, my friends. We're going back to little Niliesh to talk to our strange thieves we knew, or that we want to meet, and put them under a little interrogation. I believe they're still here in that back alley. They're called Delny and Vrung. Hey there, Vrung.
I'll remember that.
And they're making trouble to Quinn, our host at the first entry of the Bloom. This sharp-faced young man reminds you of a great rodent, more prone to scampering and sidling than running or walking. Shadows play across his face, distorting its features, and you are unable to get a clear glimpse of his face. Even so, or perhaps especially because of it, he seems to bear a notable resemblance to the young woman standing next to him, their faces shifting and changing in near-perfect time. At your approach, he sniffles loudly and drools some phlegmy spit across your path. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, and though you can't see his face, his tone conveys the sneer clearly enough. "What do you want, Poppin' Jay?" The voice echoes eerily, a slight delay between the movement of his lips, the sound reaching your ears. Scan thoughts. I don't like the look of this one. Better get rid of her fast. Are you the pair who've been harassing Kian? He laughs at you. What? Has she been complaining that we're too mean, too scary? She can afford it, else we'd be visiting someone else more regularly. I mean, it was pretty expensive there, but... I've heard that your friend here used to be different. What have you done to change her? Oh, she's no one. I am wrong. And who is the girl with you? I said she's no one you need to be concerned about. She's my shadow and my hidden blade. And you should take care I don't stick you with her. What are you doing here? He looks at you incredulous, his voice dripping with sarcasm. He replies, "We're enjoying the fresh air, taking in the ambience. We are living our lives to the fullest." He looks at the young woman next to him and she begins to titter. And those laugh, Delny. We're having a great time. What can you tell me about this place? It's a parade every day. Don't let the looks fool you. Little Niliesh is all about the laughter. Maybe you could let the fluid out of Koto's tank. It's a prank that never gets old. Make sure you do it while the guards are watching. And thought, ha, I wish she'd actually try it. We could intimidate. We could try. If I hear that you've been bothering Kian anymore, I'll tear your eyes out and wear them as a necklace, got it? I mean... Are we convincing? 80%. I mean, she should be pretty... No, she's not. No, good friend, no. Rin should not be convincing, no. Rin can't actually scare anyone, but we can. So let's scare.
I'll remember that.
Oh, critical success. He steps back, looking you up and down. Right, I got it. I'll leave her alone. I promise. I don't like your tone. We could strangle him. We did not do that. No, that's not what... We'll ask again who the girl is. Why do you keep asking about her? Delny is mine, and she will stay mine until they say otherwise. I am the one who's interesting. I am the one you should care about. Ken thought, why won't she let this go? This woman is pissing me off. Vrung's rage seems to have loosened his control over his companion, for you see a flash of blue skin beneath the shadows. Her mouth works frantically, as if she's trying to tell you something, while her captor struggles with his fury. With an effort of visible will, Vrung brings himself and her back under control again. Psychic bond you have on Delny, remove it. He laughs, a shivering peal of mirthless joy that sounds like ice breaking and glass ringing. She's mine. She'll go on my word, not you. And thoughts, bleeding heart. Well, she can't do nothing about it. You don't let her go. I'll teach you what suffering truly is. We're good at scaring, though. Let's scare him again. The young man opens his mouth for a sarcastic comeback, but realizes that you might be serious. He holds his hands up to placate you. All right, 1 moment. He concentrates, or rather doesn't concentrate, and the shadows flow away from his face and body. He is a much scrawnier person than you thought, almost gaunt, and he doesn't look at all dangerous or menacing. And thoughts, I wonder how long this thug's going to stick around the bloom. Yeah, I can get her back someday. Slinks toward the exit, quickly and quietly vanishing around the corner. Delny drops to the ground as he vanishes, and her body begins to tremble and shake. And thoughts, am I free? Oh gods, the pain! Make it stop! We'll try to help her remain calm, and I think we can do that. 65, or who can do it better? I mean, Kadastig would only have to invest a little bit less. Rin would be better, I guess. And Tibia. Let Rin take care of her. Didn't work. You don't seem to do any good. Her seizure goes on for minutes, her face contorting in an awful rictus. You watch helplessly. She writhes in agony. At last the seizure passes. You can't claim any credit for it. Shadows have peeled away, drifting into the air like poisonous smoke and revealing Delny's true form. Her skin is an iridescent blue and her hair is bright pink. Gasps, he's gone. He's out of my head too, and then concern crosses her face. Where did everyone go? It's so quiet in my head now. She shakes her head as if to clear it, and a small trickle of bluish blood runs from the corner of her mouth. She bit her tongue or lips. I don't know how to thank you. You must have questions. Tell me about yourself. Who are you? I was born in Niliesh, and my parents were good people. I learned the walkways of the second tier by heart. That's how I discovered the portal to the bloom. I kept seeing the traders who came back from here, and they always had such interesting wares. One day I snuck after them. I wanted to see where they came from. Her face darkens. That was the day that bloom closed its pathway to my home. I used to think it was my fault, but the bloom doesn't seem to care for me now. After I got here and discovered I couldn't get home, I had to find a way to survive. I found 5 families who were willing to help me and who could afford to feed me once every few days. I helped them when I could and kept looking for a way home. But as I got older, she looks embarrassed. I needed more excitement. That's when I met Vrung. She looks away, unwilling to say much more. And thoughts, I should have known better, but I was so lonely. No, never again. How did you fall in with Vrung in the first place? He seemed dark and fascinating. The adults didn't want me to go near him. It was like a mirror of what I wanted to be. Strong, mysterious, ambitious. I let him bend me and use my powers to make him more of what he wanted to be. But I didn't realize I was trapped until it was too late. You've had quite a time of it. How are you feeling? Being free of Vrung is like opening my eyes again, but there's another part of my mind. It feels like it's asleep, and I don't know what happened. And thoughts, could I have lost my powers? What powers? I snuck through a portal in Niliesh, but for the charity of families here, I might have died. I never felt like I fit in, not until I met Vrung. Those times, I'm not proud. Okay. Again. Vrung skulked through the dark places of the bloom, and I thought he was dangerous and alluring. He led me on and took me in, and I didn't realize what sort of person he was. It was far too late. Well, farewell then. The heart be with you, she says. And what's here? shins and spray flesh. Glorious.
Yes.
Perja. I mean, if we find a power source for the mesmeric handle, we might have a light sword, right? That could be cool. Marooned on an alien shore, the preservation of beauty, the newborn Moor. Broken heart. I think we'll have to go further, and we'll have a look at this more. We can converse with it seems. And we can find something here. Nice. There's something here as well. Is that a robot? A construct lies motionless and partly disassembled here. Spider-like legs splayed about it. A piece of knowledge clicks into place. This was a creature known as an accelerator, a machine intelligence housed in a mechanical frame. Though they appear fearsome, the creatures are terrified of death, always seeking new technology to incorporate into themselves in the hope of prolonging their lives. We'll inspect it. Study the remains of the construct, putting the details together, noticing scattered piles of refuse and burnt holes in the back of its armor. The construct was likely cornered here and tried to flee up the mounds of trash rather than fight its tormentors. They attacked it from behind and it fell, either dead or dying. Let's inspect it again. As if construct died fleeing the beings that killed it. Countless small charred wounds speckle its rear armor. There's something very dangerous here from time to time. We'll search the construct for anything useful. You search for a few minutes but find nothing of value. Scavengers must have long ago picked this construct clean. Absently, you lay your hand upon the metal shell to push yourself away from the wreck and feel a faint, intermittent vibration. Reach into the hull and find the source of the vibration we felt. Caustic would be good at that. Rin would be perfect. Caustic goes... Ooh, uses up 4. And Rin uses up only 2 points. And Tyvier 3. Hey Rin, you do it. Putting your shoulder up against one of the construct's vertical vents, you reach into the dark, probing carefully, following the vibrations rippling toward you. Straining, you walk your fingers up mesh-swaddled objects across a cable to a partially crushed cube strung with frayed wires. Oh, we might get energy from them. You carefully shift a loose hunk of metal from the cube's surface aside and keep looking for the source of the vibration. A wave of wordless sorrow crashes over you, tinged with flecks of hope. Your gaze shifts back to your hand, the hunk of metal. The alien emotion came through it into you. That's the soul of this thing. As if summoned by the thought, a small floating sphere drifts into you. It prods at the cube with a beam of light, then vibrates softly. We'll watch the sphere at work. The sphere drifts around the inside the dead construct, occasionally halting to, yes, it's repairing damage, as if patching holes in the armor will bring its host back to life. Every few moments it returns to the broken cube and attempts to repair it again. Nothing happens, the sphere vibrates, and when that happens, you hear a soft series of whirring clicks. It may be some sort of machine language, but you can't make any sense of it. We'll watch it some more. It continues its circuit of the dead construct, trying to bring it back to life with minor repairs. Every time it fails, it breathes a series of soft, whispery clicks. Listen for a while, but the meaning of the clicks still eludes you. Maybe now. No, then we'll inspect the construct again. Nothing. Then we'll take them. We have a Chirurgeon Sphere. Heals some health per turn, nice. Bonded Artifact, minus 15% on might tasks. This little spherical automaton, flying automaton, is a faithful companion to whomever bears a small module used for maintaining telepathic connection with the automaton. If the bearer is damaged, the automaton is activated and tries to repair the damage. The automaton's mind has a tendency to wander, and it takes some mental acuity to maintain its focus through the telepathic connection. Though it seems like an ideal companion, the automaton has not historically provided long life for its owners. Tales tell of a rough-hewn and simple glaive who took a very direct approach to any problem she faced, depending on the Chirurgeon Sphere to recover her wounds as she flung herself into battle. Unfortunately, one day the sphere found more interest in a passing butterfly than her fight with the deadly collar rail. Pull the communication module from the surface of the cube and the sphere follows, shivering in the open air. It turns as if taking in the ruined hulk one last time. It settles into your open palm obediently and shuddering. We'll leave. That was interesting. We can bring ourselves to the mall. A reddened mass of flesh protrudes from the bloom wall, surrounded by waving tendrils. The flesh is thick and strong, glistening like a newborn beast. A jagged seam runs across its surface with faint light spilling from within. As you approach, all the sounds of Little Nilyesh seem to fade. Hushed conversations of the mutants recede into the distance, replaced by the hissing, chittering voices of the bloom. You realize suddenly that this is a mall. You're not sure how you know, but the word leaps into your mind as if you've seen this thing before. The waving tendrils, you know with equal certainty, are its tongues. We'll leave it alone for now, until we're ready to travel. I want to say thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. We'll see each other in the next episode and have a great time until then, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon, my friends.